No, you don't know now, nigga. So, bitch, you don't know now, nigga.
Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of Rated MA. I am Tavarus, aka Pussy So Wet, my nigga need a mop.
Okay, you should probably get that check, baby girl. That sound like a fucking yeast infection. Well, this is Blake. Pussy just wet.
And I'm just gonna be Daebrian.
And before we get started today, we would like to ask all of you guys to go ahead and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Rated MA Podcast. If you have any questions or you need any advice, email us at ratedmapodcast@gmail.com. And you can like our Facebook page at Rated MA. Now, how has you guys' weekend been?
Well, it wasn't. Oh. All right, so I got a quick little story to tell.
Okay.
So, during the taping of our last show, I had been in communication with this guy, and we were just talking. I think I showed you a picture of him.
Yeah.
And I was like really like feeling it. I was feeling the conversation. I was like, man, like this conversation is everything. This dude likes everything that I like, and he's into all the type of things I'm into. The things that make me smile, make me laugh. They make him smile, they make him laugh. So I'm like, the meetup is going to be spectacular.
Okay.
So building up to the meetup, I can't remember what day it was, but me and a colleague, we went to. I work by the beach, and we went to like a little bodega to get some money for the ATM so we could go get some fries. I really love fries, so we was going to fry stand. And they didn't take a card, so on the way to the ATM, this like a homeless guy, or he could have possibly been like a meth addict or whatever he was definitely on something. He ran up on us and literally like jacked us, like literally like pulled a gun out on us, and the gun was shaking. He's shaking. I'm with a little white girl.
Yeah,
she's lost it at this point. And he's just like, give me all your stuff. Give me whatever you got. Give me whatever you got. And I'm like, well, bro, like, chill. Like, here. Like, chill. And he's just like, give me what you got. And the money that I had took out of the ATM, gave all that to him. Gave him my wallet. He's searching all through my wallet. I got a really tight wallet. Searching all through my wallet.
He's searching right in front of you with the gun.
Searching all in my wallet. This little thing. And he's pulling things out, just throwing them all out in front of me and all of that.
Wow.
Didn't take anything, really. Just pulling and searching through. Takes all my money. She had money on her. Takes all her money. So, end of the story. He runs, going towards the beach into the crowd where like all the dancers be at, where like the skate park is and all of that. Like he runs into the crowd with all the people. So, girls panicking. The teller inside the store, he ends up calling the cops and everything like that. I'm just over it because I'm like picking all my stuff off the floor, and I'm from Southeast DC. So
this is regular.
This is nothing. Like, he didn't look like he was really trying to shoot us. He looked like a fiend that just really needed money. Yeah. And I was numb to it. Yeah. This is not the first time a gun has been pulled out on me. Really? And I hope that it's the last. Yeah. I really do. Right.
I'm glad you're okay. You were able to survive that.
Yeah.
And you got your wallet back, so you didn't have to go through
I got my wallet.
The stress of
he took her phone. I didn't have my phone on me at the time. He took her phone. But you know what? Let me back the story up a little bit. I actually lost my phone. That's what happened. But I told Sprint that he stole my phone.
I didn't think it mattered. I thought they'd still make you just pay the deduction.
I still had to pay the deduction.
Yeah, lost or stolen is the same thing.
Okay.
I lost it, but I said that he stole it, thinking that I was going to get.
Gotcha.
Some type of sympathy.
Right.
Yeah.
They said, no, run that 200.
Yeah, still 200. So anyway, just to tell you, the reason why I'm telling the story about me being robbed and the girl being robbed is the guy that I had been communicating with up to that point. I told him the whole story of what happened, what was going on. So he was like, I'm going to come over, I'm going to comfort you, we'll talk, we'll sit down and watch TV together and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Yeah. Get home and everything, I'm chilling, got the house smelling all good, I took a shower and I was trimmed up and just chilling, like trimmed up in the face.
Okay. You wasn't trimmed down there?
I was not. No, because I really liked him, and so I was thinking we were going to actually hang out.
Okay. So you didn't fleet on purpose because you didn't want to give it up?
No, yeah. I wasn't. And we never even got to what he was into or what I was into.
Oh, okay.
I just liked him like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's on time. He's like, hey, I'm about to pull up in like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's on time. Like, he's keeping his word, blah, blah, blah. Man, listen, I open the door and this nigga walks up and he looks nothing like his picture.
So, like, it wasn't him or was just...
It was him.
Oh.
But it was him at some point at maybe his greatest moment.
Yeah.
When he had just...
Like early 20s.
You know, he didn't look older.
Okay.
He just looked like he had been through some shit since that picture was taken. He was a lot smaller. His skin was really, really bad. Like, he had spots, like, all over his face.
Yeah.
His skin was really, really bad. And he was a little softer than what I'm used to.
Okay.
You know, a little softer than what I'm used to. And I don't clown people's clothes. Yeah. I don't do that. That's one thing I hate when people do that. I do not clown the way people dress. But you're on your first date meeting somebody. I just feel like you could have spruced it up a little bit.
Right.
I'm sure you were happy that you didn't waste that good fleet.
Let me tell you
half
something.
of a twin pack.
Yes, and then not only that, I was upset because I just got robbed. So I'm thinking you about to comfort me. He comes. I let him in. Because I'm a nice guy. I told you we're nice. Yeah. I let him in. We sitting on the couch. Mind you, he had built up this whole, I'm going to give you a massage and all that. So I'm thinking I'm getting a massage by this fine-ass dude. Because I ain't never really had no real massage.
But you let him walk in not looking the same?
I let him in.
Okay.
I'm not going to shut the door on him or nothing like that.
I let them in, too.
Yeah, I let him in. Yeah. So I let you in. We're sitting on the couch. He's on this end of the couch. I'm on this end of the couch. I'm giving these.
Like you're falling asleep.
Like I'm falling asleep. So I'm acting like I'm falling asleep. And he's sitting over there, and he taps me. He's like, just let me know when you're ready for the massage. And I was like, well, you know, usually when I do stuff like that, it's usually with somebody like I'm dating, and we're still getting to know each other. Switch all the way up from what I was talking on the phone. So I don't know what movie was playing, but next thing I know, I started really playing like I was falling asleep. Like I started deep breathing, like where it was giving off the allude that I was like snoring almost and like jumping. You know how you like jump when you about to fall asleep and you catch yourself? I'm playing the role because I'm just like, I really want this guy to be over me and I want him to go. Like I don't want to have to put him out. So I'm full Oscar mode, like playing the role, falling asleep, all of that, getting up, putting my feet up on the couch, like really like trying to take it down. So finally, I like nod off for about 5 minutes, and he finally gets the hint. So he taps me. He's like, I'm gonna just go. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I was like, you just caught me on a bad night. And he's like, okay, welcome to the door. He left. As soon as he left,
block.
Yes, man. But not only block. Let me just say this, and then this is the end of my story. I am done with Jacked.
Oh, really?
I am done with Jack.
Why?
That was my first real catfish experience.
Oh, I've been catfished many times.
Yeah, I've never been. So this was my first experience, and I just felt like I wasted me and his time. He wasted my time, but I wasted his as well. Yeah. Because, if had I known what he looked like and had I known what he was given, then I would have just told him to just chill out. Yeah. Because it was already a bad day for me. I had just got robbed earlier that day. Yeah. So it was already kind of like a bad day.
You didn't want to sit on his face.
I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want him to touch me. Like I was very turned off. Like very turned off. And so I like, what did I tell you? I was trying to say the word. I couldn't say it. I said I had what did I say I had?
I forget the word.
I said it wrong and you corrected me. I said I had a revelation.
Oh, revelation. He had a revelation.
I had one of those.
Come on, relevation. Hashtag relevation.
Relevation. And so, and what came over me was, like what Megan Good said, you gotta prepare for what you pray for. Right. And I feel like I'm getting to an age where I really want to settle down with somebody and build something real with them, and I'm not gonna find that on Jack. And I can't give somebody that if I'm on Jack trying to look for that.
But the same men that's at the church house are the same men that are at Jack. Yeah. So regardless of if you met him in church or on Jack, he's still that guy.
And I'm sure that's probably 100% true. Just for me, it's just not been a good experience for me and Jack.
That makes sense.
So I want to pull myself away from Jack, and I also I'm working on pulling myself away from casual sex.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you.
Working on.
Congratulations.
Well, I'm not.
She would have been me. But,
Did you do anything this weekend, Blake?
I did absolutely nothing.
You didn't do nothing?
Yeah,
Nobody?
No. I have not had sex in maybe 2 months.
Oh, why so long?
2 or 3 months. I don't know. I just haven't had that itch or that desire.
Oh.
Yeah. But, I mean, it'll happen eventually.
Yeah. I had a weird weekend. I actually had a foursome this weekend.
Wait,
What?
A foursome.
Who does those now?
No, it was so
Isn't that more
random.
like an orgy? Like a
No, I don't know. So I have a friend that lives right down the street from me that I kind of kick it with from time to time or whatever. And we just fucked, that's it. But he cool. I never stay though. So he hits me up this morning. It's like 9 a.m. and I'm about to go hiking. And he's like, what you doing? I said, just waking up. What's up? He said, I might need that dick later.
Oh.
I said, well, you want it now? Or because I'm about to go to the gym, like, I'm about to go work out. Let me know what's up.
Right.
He said, well, maybe later, like around like 1. He was like, are you into like threesomes? I said, yeah, depending on who it is. He said, well, what about a foursome? And I was like, well, same answer. So I said, I mean, do you have pictures or whatever? Like, whatever. So he sends me one pic. And it's a guy that I already know that I had fucked like sometime last year. And he was like, oh, my homeboy say he know you and he want to fuck again. Oh. And they both bottoms.
Come back.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So I said, well, he said, I want to get another top too. I said, well, who's the other top? And so
you didn't want to call me?
So I said, well, who's the top? So he sends me the picture, bitch. And it's a guy that I was supposed to be trying to date sometime last year. Like we had exchanged numbers and I guess we both rubbed each other the wrong way and we never talked again. But she like a church queen. She be giving like she don't be giving all that. So when that picture came through, I gagged. So I said, well, don't tell him that you know me, but just send him my picture and see what he say because I kind of want to see what he give. So he sent the boy my picture and the boy got spooked and he backed out. So I said, okay, so what you gonna do? Y'all gonna fuck him or y'all gonna fuck me? So he said, well, we fucking with you, so I'm gonna go ahead and get somebody else. So they got another top and we wore it out. And it was epic.
Wow.
But anyway.
You didn't get played with as a bottom in this?
I started, I was supposed to start with my friend and then the other guy with the other guy. But I ended up starting with the other guy and then we swapped.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, me and the other top, like, I played with his butt a little bit, but he like sucked my nipple. It wasn't nothing. He was an older guy and he was like sexy. Nobody ate your box? It was ready to get ate because, I mean, the nigga was fine.
So stupid.
Any one of them could have nibbled.
Not no hiking cat, old mountain cat.
No, a bitch I got home and took a shot. So I have a question for you guys. So, in general, what kind of guys would you say you're attracted to physically? Like, do you like pretty boys? Do you like gym rats? You like thuggish, low-key, average guys? Like, what's your type?
The thuggish guys are always attracted to me. I end up with them. In my last 2 relationships, they were both what most people would label or what society would label as thuggish.
But you like the boy. It ain't that they attracted to you. You attracted to them too.
Yeah, I am. But my thing is, I just like anybody that can handle me.
Oh, okay.
And I don't mean handle me like I'm not gonna go back and forth with no queen.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But if you can be a man with me and handle me and talk to me like a man, then hey, it is what it is. But I honestly, I really get into like nerds. I like the nerdy dudes that's that's in the museums that like cartoons and read comic books and all that. I love those guys.
Where do you mean nerds?
I've met some.
Jack.
I've met some.
Right, that you pulling away from?
No, yeah. I've met a few, but it just never worked out. What I find for me out here in LA is that I've been attracting a lot of like pretty boys.
Okay, well yeah, that's what LA.
Yeah, and so I might play around with that. I might see where that takes me. I just never had before. Yeah. But I might play around with it and see what happens.
What about you, Blake? What you like?
I'm into like guys who are like their authentic selves. Like, someone who's like very, very genuine. I don't really subscribe to like, the masculine, the feminine. I just want somebody who's comfortable in their own skin, comfortable being who they are. I absolutely hate when I like read a guy's profile and it says
Mask.
like mask for mask, and I'm like, that's just so rude and disrespectful. We already get like discriminated enough in our community.
Yeah.
Why would we?
Why are you breaking it?
I feel like asking for masculine is a feminine trait. I say that all the
definitely a
time.
feminine trait.
Well, taking dick up the ass is a feminine trait.
But it doesn't even make sense to put mask for mask on your page, because if I know that's what you're looking for, then I'm gonna fake give you that. I'm gonna show up to your house with a fitted on and some
Timbs, like, just because this is what you want.
And if that person is looking for that, they're probably fake giving it.
Exactly. And anybody can fake mask, but when you meet somebody who's just like, they don't give a shit. They're like their authentic selves.
Yeah.
That to me is what I like. Somebody who's comfortable in their own skin.
I like that too, but I'm definitely like, I like a handsome guy. Like I halfway like pretty boy. Like I'm not big on the body type, but I don't need your face to look like a foot. Like I need to. I want to like. I like a cute boy.
I don't think anybody wants faces that look like feet.
There's a lot of feet face out there.
But those are the ones that are in stable long-term relationships.
They are. Oh, which leads me to actually my next question. Like, do you think there's a difference between the type of guy that you have sex with versus the type of guy that you date?
Hell to the yeah.
For instance, like, do you just fuck the sexy nigga and not date him, but because you think he might have too much baggage, or do you take the safe and less attractive route?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Quote unquote safe.
I mean, like, well, the difference for me is, that's a real good question. Well, if I'm dating you, I'm probably more interested in like you and what you look like on paper, as opposed to if it's just the fuck. I don't need to know what your credit score is. I don't need to know if you got your own place. I don't need to know if you got a car. All I need to know is what that mouth do.
Come on, mouth.
What that mouth do? Jesus. I mean, yeah. So
okay, so I mean, random. But if you do meet up with him, how do you decide you want to date him as opposed to just have sex with him?
I think it comes across in conversation. Okay. Like you kind of sort of know, but I do get attached. Like if the sex is bomb the first time we have sex, then I'm gonna schedule another appointment immediately.
Right.
And then then I'll schedule a third appointment. And after that third appointment, it's so what you doing after this?
But do you think that there's a such thing as a safe choice? Like, just because he's unattractive, does that make him safe?
Yes, I do.
I mean, he might be unattractive to me, but he might be attractive to somebody else. And the same things that I find that are attractive about him, somebody else is going to. And people in the safe choice, people are attracted to, just because it's a safe choice.
Exactly.
So they'll probably get more play than the pretty boys.
I don't think there's a such thing as safe. I think a nigga is a nigga. To me, like I dated an average.
The ugly ones will dog you too.
Yes. Exactly. I dated a very average butch queen some time ago. We had great chemistry, but he kind of looked like Kendrick Lamar. But I thought he was cute.
Kendrick Lamar is cute.
Well, he is, but this one he wasn't quite Kendrick. But
he's like a diet.
He was Hendrix. But he started treating me like I'm the ugly nigga. And I'm like, because I made him feel like he was that nigga.
You know what? Because I can see why.
So I feel like I'm gonna just go for what I want. Fuck the safe. They all unsafe.
Yeah. They all unsafe.
Yeah, unsafe choices.
But I do. It's been guys like when I look on like Instagram, and it's been some guys where I'll be like, he's like very attractive, or he's real cute or whatever, but he's a little too cute for me, and not too cute for me in saying that I'm unattractive and he's just everything. Right. But what I'm saying is, I'll probably bust somebody over their head over this boy.
Yes.
Because they're going to slide in the DMs.
Right.
Yes.
I know what it's given because I would slide in the DMs.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we wouldn't be able to do nothing. And I always say this is one of my things. I always say if you have 4,000 or more followers, then I don't need that type of...
I have a lot of people
I don't need that type of shit in my life.
I can't fight 4,000 people.
I can't. Now 3,000.
Bitch, I got you. That 4,000 when you start getting
I have a 9 to 5.
Okay, but what about when you blow up and you're gonna have 10,000 followers? Like, is that fair for them to assume that about you?
It is because I don't want to do no double standard. So it is fair for them to think that. Okay. But I love so good that you're not going to think that.
Uh-oh.
And I'll show you what's going on in my DMs if I'm in love with you.
Will you give out the password?
Ooh.
No.
Really? Would you give yours?
No. If we're in
a relationship,
like we admitted, like there's a ring on my finger.
Yeah.
It got to be a ring.
Yeah.
At that point, if you going into somebody's phone and all of that,
that's like, in dating.
Commitment.
I just don't believe in that. I don't believe that it. I mean, granted, if you are if you're married, babe, let me see your phone real quick because I need to.
Half of us ain't getting married.
But if you're dating,
no, that's a lie.
But But if you're dating, no. If you're dating, no, I don't believe that. I think that you go looking for something and you gonna find it. So
yeah, and if I find it, I'm out.
Yeah, so maybe ignorance is bliss. For me, ignorance is bliss. I don't know.
I feel like if it's something that's going good, I need to do like a little check-in. Like, I need to trust and verify. Like, just hand me your phone and let me make sure before I go to the next level of being in love with you.
Because now you're gonna really be upset.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I don't look unless I'm ready to leave. Like, before I fall for somebody, I try to do everything I can to not make it happen.
Okay.
And actually kind of self-sabotage it and push it away. But I be looking for a reason to leave, unfortunately.
Why do you do
when
that?
you're in that moment? You mean?
Because I be scared of love.
Oh, that's a problem that you have.
You got to work through that.
I know, I agree. Okay. But I'm still going to run your phone. Do you think that it's safe to say that everybody that's attractive comes with some kind of baggage or like their drama? Because like I would meet guys who would be like, you too cute, I can't date you. Like you probably got niggas, you gonna have me out here cutting up.
I hate when niggas say that.
But then you'll be sitting there like actually
4,000 friends.
No, but everybody will be taking the same thing. Then you'll be sitting there getting no play because people assuming that you got a nigga or something.
Which happens. Which does happen.
Because I don't have no niggas.
But a real nigga's gonna approach you and not even give a fuck.
So,
and that's the nigga that you need to be with because that's the nigga who know how to handle you and don't give a fuck who's sliding in the DMs. He confident in his shit.
But how many times do you run across that?
That's a rare nigga.
Yeah.
That's the iPhone nigga is what I call that.
I know somebody like that.
He don't.
Well, why you not with him?
I don't know.
Because he want that bullshit ass nigga. He ain't ready for love either.
No, I do. You know what? It's so funny. I hit him up the other day and I said we need to go see Black Panther together. Mm-hmm. And he was like, bet. And I was just like, we probably need to like really start talking, like really try to get to know each other. Mm-hmm. Cause that's what he's been trying to do.
Right.
And he got all his shit together. He's just not all the way my type. So I just thought maybe there was something else out
there. The grass was green on the other side.
Right.
But what you mean not all the way
I just read a meme that said
it might be green on the other side, but your grass could be just as green if you water it.
Well, that's an awesome meme too. Mm-hmm. But the one I just read said the girl was asking God like, why you ain't delivering me my husband, and he said I did, but you said he had a fake Gucci belt on.
Yes, I read that too. I sent that out to everybody.
Right. So it goes back to what I'm telling y'all now. Like maybe I was missing out on this guy, and he still seems like he's still interested, but I think he's low key over me, so I have to work my way back into that. But he's a really like an awesome guy, and yes, I should. This is the type of guy I should be with.
Do you believe in dating guys in their potential, or you want a guy that's already put together?
I've always dated in their potential. I've always dated, and we was working our way up together, and it's never been successful for us.
That's
what
a good
about
question.
You, Tavarus?
Ooh. I've tried to groom men before. I kind of need you to almost be where you
strike me as that type too.
Be.
Or meet me where I'm at.
I feel like sometimes if you get them as puppies, you can raise them to be good dogs. But I don't necessarily subscribe to that no more. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to put a muzzle on
and
that.
And they not loyal. None of them. Once upon a time in life, I used to date guys with potential. I used to want to like have a build a nigga. Yeah. Like I see something in you that's great, and there's a whole bunch of shit that I'm not really ready to deal with. Mm-hmm. But I'd be like, okay, you know what? You can't dress, but that's good. That's a project for me. Yeah. I'll figure that shit out. Mm-hmm. You know what? You might sit at the table and chew with your mouth open. I'd be like, babe, sit down, chew with your mouth closed. Mm. But then you teach a nigga to sit at the table and use the proper fork, and then he going out and eating with other bitches. Yeah. So I say that to say, let me get out my bag for a second. I say all that to say, I'm no longer dating niggas and they potential. You got to add value to my life, and I need to be able to add value to yours. I'm looking for the yin to my yang.
Yeah,
like they say. I forget how the saying goes. It's something like none of us are easy to change. If you think about somebody trying to change you and how stubborn you are, you have to approach it the same way. Like they're not gonna want to change either. So I was told, like, if you meet somebody, if they're not already who they are when you meet them, it's not gonna get no better or no worse. Like, if you can't accept them for who they are right here, then don't even move forward. Yeah. Like, if you don't like that they chew with their mouth open or that they're not motivated and they're lazy, it's not gonna change.
Okay.
Well,
you can't. No, that's instilled in you early.
No.
Work ethic.
Well, yeah, no work ethic. It depends how old are we talking. Like, how old is this gentleman?
I mean, our age, we in our 30s.
Oh, if I'm dating in my age, I'm not dating. I would prefer to date somebody who's not like 45 working on like, I don't know, a GED.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's not my moment. But that's not to say that unless he's like successful without it. Like
Yeah.
I don't necessarily subscribe to the belief that you need to be educated to be
Yeah,
successful.
that's true.
But if you're still trying to figure out who you are this late in the game, you're not for me.
Yeah. I just don't like people who aren't motivated.
Yeah.
Like, don't do the bare minimum to get by. Like,
Yeah.
always be striving. I need to be motivated because I'm already self-motivated.
Always have something
Like,
to
you
look
can push
forward
me.
to.
Absolutely.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember one time I dated this guy that I thought was like a safe choice. He was like 6'5", really, really cute. And he was like a superintendent for the school region or whatever.
How the fuck was that safe?
Well, what you mean?
Honey,
No, but he
a
was
good choice.
No, he was a good choice, but he was like super boring. Like he did everything that I wanted him to do. You know, he paid for everything. Like he was a really nice guy. But yeah, I was so used to dealing with guys putting me in like compromising positions and stuff that I didn't know how to deal with somebody that didn't have drama. So he actually wasn't feeling that. Like one time, I kept calling him and he just wasn't answering the phone. So I decided to like show up at his building, and you actually needed like keys to get to this floor and that floor. But I made my way to his floor, and I actually waited outside of his door for like an hour and a half. And literally, I was waiting by the elevator. I kept walking back and forth between the elevator and his door, and just so happened we turned the corner at the same time, and it just spooked him. And he was like, "Tavarus, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Hey, like you're not answering the phone." Because to me, when you don't answer the phone, that means you want me to come over.
Oh my God.
So
That's not what that means.
yeah, like do y'all believe in pop-ups?
I think
No.
it means the opposite.
No, it means
I don't. Well, I kind of sort of do feel your point. I just don't call them pop-ups. I call them check-ins. It's like what you said earlier. You got to trust but verify.
Yeah.
And sometimes I might just have to ride past your house and sit, kick down your door, smack your
it.
chair.
Right. Just to show you Tavarus ain't have it. Okay.
No, I don't believe in pop-ups. I don't believe in showing up at somebody's house unannounced. You just never know what could
If we like
happen.
really dealing, and I kind of have an understanding with you that you're not dealing with nobody else,
Right.
I should be able to pop up. I think it's cute if you pop up to my house. 'Cause
Oh
you
no!
have to
Don't
find
pop
out.
up at mine.
Right.
Oh, you just
No, don't pop up at mine.
Uh-uh.
So like, there's one guy, kind of sort of a similar situation. With the building access, you know, when I lived at the Orsini,
Okay.
you needed a key to get in the elevator. You needed a key to get
Yeah, that type of
everywhere.
building.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And this one guy that I was dealing with came over, called me, was like, "Hey, throw down your key," because I used to throw my key off the patio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, "Hey, throw down your key. I'm here." But at that particular point, I wanted to stop dealing with him.
Oh.
And
Hold
I
on. He
didn't-
showed up and said, "Throw down your key."
Yeah,
Okay.
but he didn't know I wanted to stop dealing with him.
okay.
So he showed up, throw down the key. I'm not throwing down the key. And I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm in this secure ass building. There's no way that you can get up to my door.
Yeah.
3 minutes later, we hear a knock at the door. Boom, 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 boom. I look through the peephole. It's that nigga. And I'm like, how the fuck he got his ass up here? So we turn off all the lights. And I'm like, Adam, just shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. We go pretend like we not home.
Yeah. And then he left.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
I mean, well.
Hello, Mr. Papa.
Okay, I guess I can see your point. So if you are dealing with somebody, like, how long do you give them to reply to your text message or your call? Like, do they need to reply to you like in the first 30 minutes? Do they get all day?
I think it depends. Because for me, during the day, it's a lot of times where I can't really be on my phone.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just for the type of work that I do, and then I'm always telling people not to be on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm like hitting you up and I'm trying to get at you, and I know your work schedule, like if I know that you're off on a Sunday
Yeah.
and I'm texting you and you don't respond, I'm gonna feel some type of way even in 5 minutes. Because
Yeah,
I'm like,
me
nigga,
too.
you was off today. Like you could have paid attention to your
Yeah,
phone. You always got your
exactly.
phone in your hand any other
Exactly.
time. But in the event that he's working or something like that, then I already know, like,
Yeah.
you know, he's probably going to take a while before he responds. However, if you are one of those people that everywhere you go all the time, you're always looking at your phone,
Yeah.
and you don't respond to me right away,
He's shading you.
it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ask
I
people
hate
like,
being
are you a
ignored.
phone person when you meet them, so you'll know what kind of communication?
I
to
don't ask
expect?
that question. Maybe I should ask.
No,
I've
I
never
think you
asked
mean
that
like if they're a phone versus text
Well,
person.
just period. Like, do
Oh.
you? Most people keep their phone with them, so I feel like if nobody replying to you, it is shade. However, there are just some people who just they'll have their phone with them, but they'll look at it and not reply. Or
I'm that person. Like, I may look at the text message and not reply, or I call it like I replied mentally.
okay,
And maybe because of what it was that I was doing, I couldn't address what needed to be addressed. And I always tell myself, oh, I'm going to come back to it.
Yeah,
But I read the message.
I've done that.
And so now it's on red.
You do
and
that with your men too?
Oh, come on, my men too.
I'm trying to see if you treat them like you treat me. She don't never answer my mother.
Yes and no. I mean, if it's somebody that I'm like really feeling, then I try to like. Yeah, no, actually I did with the men too.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't like when they do it to me. And I do make note of, like, let's say if we're hanging out or we're on a date and you do have your phone in your hand and you are texting while you're with me, I also sit there back and think after I sent that text message to you and you took 5-10 minutes to respond to that, I'm thinking like, well, what could you be doing? Because when you was with me, you was texting other people. So now you with somebody else and you can't text me back?
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I be on. Like, that's where my mind goes.
That's when you ride past the house and sit.
Right.
That's when you go do your check-ins.
Yeah.
And
you know
everything
what?
okay?
Niggas do drive you crazy. Now, okay, in dealing with somebody, say you are with them, is it ever okay to get physical? Like, when is it okay to slap a nigga?
It's never okay.
Never okay.
Oh.
I've never been slapped.
You never been slapped?
No, I've never been shook. I've never been pushed.
You never been
shook.
slapped?
Bitch, no.
You're about to slick.
It is slick. I actually did have, like, one of my ex-boyfriends told me, he was like, because he was like corporate, and he was like, and he always thought that I wanted a thug for whatever reason. He was like, if you ever got with one of those thugs that you really be, into, they'll fuck you up. I said, well, possibly, but you ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. Okay.
And leave that for that nigga.
What about you, Daebrian?
I've been like shook up.
What?
Because my mouth is a lot.
Like, what's a shake? Like a choke?
Like, okay,
A push?
I was arguing with my ex way back, and I was popping off at the mouth. He had both his friends at the house, and I was like popping off because he was feeling it that day.
Yeah.
He had came at me some type of way, so I was like, "Oh, you trying to show off?"
Yes.
So I was like popping off, and one thing led to another. We got into like a serious argument, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna leave," because that was my thing.
Yeah.
When we got to a point where I just was like through with it, and I wasn't winning the argument, I would just like leave. I would grab my keys and I would bounce. And I'm about to leave out the door, and he grabbed me and was like, "You ain't going nowhere." And I was like, "I am."
Now, that's kind of sexy, though.
It is.
Like,
I bet you he ain't going nowhere.
But when he grabbed me like this, and when he grabbed me, I was trying to like pull away, and we both fell down on the ground. So he was on top of me, holding me.
Yeah.
And his friends was both having, when your friends, when you argue and fight in front of some friends, like they feel awkward.
I turned my head.
Yeah, they was both standing there, and I
Yeah.
was just like, "Y'all get him off me, or whatever." But I came back later on that night.
You did leave. Look at you.
I did leave, but it felt good that he did that.
I feel like since you tackled me to the ground, your friends are here, now I gotta show out.
No, but you know what? It wasn't even that. It was just like he was trying to stop me, and I was doing the most.
Okay.
So we both fell together because I was doing the most.
I've never even argued with a boy before.
Oh yeah, but what turned me
You
on
had a
was
peaceful relationship.
what turned me
But what do you
on
do?
was
Just ignore
him
them?
grabbing me up like that.
We break up. Like, what do we
Y'all
argue?
break up every argument?
What is there to argue about?
I don't know. I feel like argument is normal, right?
But you probably have discussions.
Yeah, we have discussions. There you
Oh,
go.
well, that's mature.
Yeah.
I want to be like you.
Thank you.
I hate that I don't know.
Tavarus. So is it okay to ever be physical? I know your answer.
I don't know. Well,
I feel like I know your answer, too.
Not that it's okay to be physical, but I don't know. I'm torn because I don't know. Like in a same-sex relationship, is it fair to say that they will get physical,
No,
even though it's not right?
it's not right.
It's
But
not
it's
fair
okay.
for it to.
It's not okay.
You gonna get physical anyway. Have you ever been in a physical relationship?
Unfortunately, I've dated a lot of trash boxes, and they've always been physical.
Do they hit first or you
They hit first, and then I.
hit last?
Yeah.
You tight.
And you know what? I know when it got bad. The one time, well, right before me and my ex broke up, he had like disappeared and like stayed the night at somebody's house or whatever. And when he came back in the house, he must have knew I was about to get him because I went to look for my stun gun and he hit it.
You was going to get him with the stun?
I was gonna get him because I was mad. He hurt my little feelings, and that's when I was like, you know what? It's time. It's time to let this go.
If you have to go looking for a stun gun, it's probably time.
Yeah. Like, how much disrespect are you willing to take? Like, how much is too much before you take it there?
I mean, I don't know. I get real disrespectful. Like, your mama bald head, your sister cross-eyed, your daddy got a peg leg. Like, I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm gonna call you everything but the kitchen sink.
You play the dozens with people you're in love with?
Yeah. But that's when it's time to let go. When you start not caring what you say and you just be like, I'm just trying to
hurt him.
cut you. Yeah.
Oh, God. What about you, David?
If you hurt me in that way, if you take me there, then I'm gonna say some shit.
Hurt people do hurt people.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
Like
so.
the dude that I had just broke up with last year, I was like the biggest supporter of like what he was doing. He was into music and he was you know, just he did a lot of stuff creatively. And so when we were falling out because he was doing dumb shit, I was like, well, your music suck. Ain't nobody gonna sign you. You're 30-something years old. Niggas ain't checking for that. And, like,
get a real job.
You know, because I work in that industry, so I was just like, I know, and you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna find nobody to do this, and good luck trying to get signed. Like, I had just went there because he had pissed me off, and he continuously.
But how soon after that do y'all break up, or does he bounce back from that?
That was the breakup. Like, that was the breakup.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we have some listeners that emailed in a couple of questions, so they want to get you guys' advice. You all ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the first question is, I guess it's a scenario. You're getting your ass ate and it feels phenomenal.
Niggas always want to take it to sex.
However, you feel a gas bubble forming. Do you A, clench to keep it in while trying to be satisfied? Do you let it slowly seep out and hope it goes unnoticed? C, tell the person to stop and pray they return after you air out? Or D, say fuck it and fart without regret?
Okay, I have a story.
Oh,
that's
shit.
right on top of this. And I'm so mad I have one.
Okay.
So there was this guy, he lives in Hancock Park.
Okay.
An older gentleman. And he was just like, I just really want to eat your ass. I could eat ass for hours.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, cool. You know, that's kind of sort of my thing.
Yeah.
I like my ass ate. So he's like literally going to town eating the box.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, he like really good at this. And I get that sensation of like, ooh, I feel like I gotta like pass the gas or something. And as he's like eating my ass, he's like jiggling my ass cheeks. Oh my God. Like he's jiggling my ass cheeks and it's almost like it's intentional.
Yeah.
Eventually I can feel him blowing air into my ass.
Yeah.
Like blowing air in my ass and then shaking my ass cheeks because he's trying to get a fart on his face.
Uh-huh.
So he was going.
So you farted on him?
Yeah, let the shit go.
I mean, was it like
and he was like, no, but it was more like his air was in there, like it was his breath.
But did he pause like, bitch?
No, he kept doing it. So
he liked it.
Yeah, bitch, he was making me do that.
Oh.
So he would blow air in there and then try to like move me so that it would like go in his face. And I felt like so fucking disgusted afterwards. I was like, yeah, this is disgusting. And then, yeah, to finish up that story, after we were done, he was like, your ass looks so amazing. I want to like take a picture of it. Oh. So he takes like a picture of it and I'm in like in the doggy style position. And then he shows it to me. He had ate my ass so long that it was like bright red. It was like, he ate me to damn near the white meat.
Sheesh.
Did you save the picture?
I did.
Nasty.
Well, I low-key want to see the picture.
That rawhide.
But yeah, no, farting in somebody's face is never okay.
Yeah, I might have farted in a couple niggas' mouth.
Ew.
Not even on purpose, but kind of like.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it tastes like a Jolly Rancher. For real. Like if I know somebody like to eat ass and they want to do it a long time, I put a Jolly Rancher in my Fleetwater.
Are you serious? That is some country ass shit.
And it,
backwoods bound.
Oh my God.
He got a motherfucking yeast infection. No. That's why that shit wetter than a motherfucking.
You know what? And my friends was just telling me I was the ghetto friend. You are the ghetto. A Jolly Rancher. I can't even picture what that even. How you even get?
Just hot water. So you just let it dissipate.
So what do you wait? Can you run that down for me? Do you have time for that?
I know time.
How do you do that?
You put the hot water in there and just let it melt.
Oh, let it melt in there.
You gotta have time though. It's not like a quick thing.
Oh,
you gotta let it melt. Anyway, second scenario. You're having bad sex with a little dick man. You feel absolutely nothing, and he questions you in mid-stroke, groans and moans. Whose is it? Do you A, lie and say it's yours? B, accidentally start chuckling? C, fake an orgasm? Or D, grab your phone and show him the picture of Tyrone?
Oh my God.
Who is writing these motherfucking questions?
That question.
What wide vagina motherfucker? Yeah,
but I've been down that road. Him, so. I've been down that road.
So what you do? Tell him it's his or what?
Really?
Yeah, I yeah.
So you be lying? Even if you don't enjoy it, or
well, let's take it back to the first episode. I told you that I was a nice guy.
oh, you a nice guy. Oh, you letting catfish in your house, so yeah.
I did let a catfish in my house.
Okay.
I don't think I said anything. I think when we were in the whole feeling of it, and it wasn't like he was saying whose is it. He was just saying, you feel like you like that dick, and I was just like,
do y'all like people to ask you questions like that? Or?
I mean, I'm open.
I mean, I kind of. It just depends. It depends on the person.
Like, do you have your go-to lines when you talking shit? Fucking.
Yeah.
No,
Like
I don't.
What you be saying?
Whatever comes out.
Fuck that shit, nigga. But I mean, okay, so to go back to your question, I think, well, I've never experienced it where like a guy was too small or anything. I've never experienced that, and but I have experienced where sex was bad, but it wasn't bad because of size, and I have experienced.
Was it bad? What? Because of chemistry?
Because the stroke was off.
Oh, you didn't like no rhythm kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, if that has happened, that's probably only happened once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I run into that a lot. I think because I'm a smaller dude, and I think a lot of guys with smaller penises are attracted to me. I found out what it is. I think what it is they think because I'm little, like, oh, I can wear that out.
Yeah.
What
I got. You know what I'm saying? So I meet these dudes, and it happens more often than you would think. And I meet these dudes, and they got like these little like. First of all, my thing is, if my dick is bigger than yours, then it's not a whole lot that you can do for me.
Yeah.
Now, we could probably talk about what I can maybe do for you. Mm-hmm. But in situations, like in flip-flop situations or whatever, I've allowed it to happen. And it just was not a good thing. But I had this one guy from New York. He's from Brooklyn. Everybody like loved and respected him. He was like this like thorough-ass nigga. And he was like, I'm going to fuck the shit out of you. Talked all this shit for like months. When we finally got into it, like he had me like all over the kitchen counter and like all in the in the dining room and had me all over the place. But he had a little dick.
So why was you moving so much?
He was putting me up, pushing me all these places.
Oh, okay.
But it was like it was not.
Was the sex still good?
Not really. It was like
so you don't think because you could take the?
I call it the dagger. It was like this.
Oh.
But it was like this.
Oh damn. Okay. See, small dicks give me gas.
Dude, I feel like you told me that before.
Yeah, that's not my thing.
But whatever.
But I don't like them huge either. So.
No, I don't like them like dumb huge. I just think that when you get wore out like that continuously, like it's going to be a problem.
Hello, people.
And it's going to be a problem, right? And I'm just afraid of not being able to go to the bathroom on my own.
Right. Exactly.
Get in my 40s, 50s.
Okay, so third and final scenario: a person asks you out on a date. Things are going well, and you're looking forward to the second one. The bill comes, he pulls out his half and slides the check over to you. Do you A, sit confused and wonder, B, happily pick up the check and pay your half, C, say, what the fuck, you asked me out, or D, excuse yourself, go to the bathroom and never come back?
I'm going to do an E and pay the whole bill.
And then never talk to him again?
No, I mean,
he asked you out.
Well, okay, so then that's a whole nother conversation.
That was
who pays on the first date? Because we have different views.
Yeah, but I'm surprised you picked E because always told me that you think they should pay.
I believe the man taking me out should always pay. Not
whoever asked.
No. If we're going on a date, the other guy should always pay for me. Because 9 out of 10, I'm going to be the bottom of the relationship.
Okay.
So if I'm the bottom of the relationship, I don't ask you to go half on a fucking twin pack. Don't ask me to go half on a goddamn meal.
So if you would have picked E and paid the whole bill, but you would have called him back?
And then I'm going to pay the date.
Oh, that's what I said. Then you're going to go
no.
Okay,
that's
cool.
it. It's, the waitress is not, the server's not going to come over there and be like, she can clearly see that we on a fucking date. I'm dressed to the nines. He dressed to the nines. We got on our Sunday go to meet and shit.
Yeah.
And then we going to go Dutch. No, I'm going to pay the bill respectfully, and then I'm going to pay the date.
Okay, gotcha. What about you?
I've done that. I was actually asked on a date. A nigga had hit me up and was like, what you doing? I said, nothing, figuring out what I'm about to eat. He's like, well, you want to go out to eat somewhere? And I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking to myself, this is a free meal. So we go to like Koreatown to like some little Korean barbecue spot. We sitting there. I'm ordering. He's not ordering. I'm like, oh well. I guess I'm just gonna eat and he's gonna pay. So I'm like ordering, going in. You know what I'm saying? Ordering shit that you don't never really order.
Give me the lobster.
Yeah, ordering drinks and shit. After I order all this, I'm eating. Then the check comes and she sits the check there and he's just like sitting there and I'm like, So I just paid it. I paid the check, and then that night when we got to my house, we were pulling up, and he was like, can I get a kiss or something like that? I was like, nah, nigga. And he was like, why? I said, nigga, you made me pay for my own meal. You asked me to go out with you. And he's like, but I took you. And I was like, nigga, I could have drove myself. Like,
I could have rode my skateboard.
So, yeah.
What about you, Tavarus?
If I ask you out, I'm paying. If you ask me out, you're going to pay. So
Dutch, ever?
No Dutch. I don't believe in it.
In my older years, I am
not in the beginning of dating. If we're already established and it's like a thing, then we can go back and forth. But nah, I'm not with that. And I'm gonna ask you.
I'm Dutching. We
no,
Dutch.
On the first date.
No, like if we're dating, we're always going out to dinner together and stuff like that. I'll usually Dutch. If you're like somebody I'm always constantly going out to dinner with.
Yeah.
Or you get the movie, I get the dinner.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, in my older days, I'm open to, and I said that my New Year's resolution this year was going to be to take somebody on a date in which I pay one person per month.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. But I do think.
Now, in February, it has not happened yet, but so I got makeup in February. I got 2 people to take out.
But if somebody say something as casual as "let's go eat," I need to specify: is this a date? You taking me out or what?
See, that's you.
That's where you. No, because you too nice. That's why you gotta pay.
But that's you. We 2 different people when it comes to stuff like that. Because you getting it out of the way early. I feel like if I get it out of the way early, then I'm gonna hurt your feelings because I may not be able to word it the way you word it.
Oh, what you think? He worded like the friendly.
But let me rewind that because he don't word it friendly.
Yeah.
It's a basic question. Is this a date?
And then your follow up is, so you paying?
Are you asking me out?
Just because you establish that it is a date,
they
think they're going to pay.
That's what it means to me. That is the follow up.
To you, that's what it may mean. But maybe it doesn't mean that to them. So
you asking me on a date,
and then what?
You're paying.
Oh, you say that?
Yes. But anyway, on that note, be sure to tune in next week, guys. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Rated MA. I am Tavarus.
Blake.
Daebrian.
And good night.